Good morning from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to News Check on this, the 3rd of February 2026. Our keen focus this morning, especially for the first hour, will be keenly focusing on what transpired yesterday on the Kenyan roads, especially here in the capital, especially that tiff between matatus and the border borders. Yesterday we even saw the National Police Service was forced to come out to at least restore sanity on the roads. We want to understand where did it go wrong and how can it be resolved, because these two key sectors contribute largely to the country's gross domestic product. That is the focus will be in the first hour. The second hour, given that tomorrow will be the 4th of February 2026, our focus will be on World Cancer Day. We'll be talking to an oncologist on that particular issue, but for now I want to focus on the transport sector. On the diary, we have a lot happening today across the country. We start here in the capital, where President William Ruto in just a few will be presiding over the launch of the National Electric Mobility Policy. Our very own Alan Ooko is covering that particular bit and will tell us more as and when the president will come. Parliament will be focusing on key committees that will be taking place. Kevin Washira is on that particular bit. Also, the Kenya Meteorological Department is currently holding a forum in the capital on the country's climate outlook. Jail is following on that particular story. That is on our diary and other stories making headlines at this hour. So talk to us on our social media platforms at KBC Channel 1 and at Abdiaziz Hashim 2. Let me get to introduce my guests this morning. We start off to my left. We have Lucy Washuka Madhenge. She is a member of the Federation of Public Transport Sector. Lucy, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers.
Next to Lucy, we do have the chairman, that is David Kiaria of a Road Safety Association. Chairman, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And also a representative from the National Police Service, especially from the Regional Traffic Enforcement. He is Commissioner Joseph Churcher. Karibu sana, Commissioner.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
And maybe, Commissioner, it is very fair to start with you, given that you spearhead the Nairobi Regional Enforcement Offices there. Tell us, paint a picture for us what transpired yesterday on our roads.
Actually, what transpired yesterday is that the matatu industry players were on their normal duties. All of a sudden, they started, a group of people started blocking the roads. It came to us as a surprise because on Friday we had sat down, they had grievances. We met on Friday, that was on 29. We decided that we meet as a stakeholders within Nairobi industry, and we had a meeting, a fruitful meeting, and we agreed as in principle that we suspend the strike. But yesterday around 9, a group of unruly people started blocking the roads. I don't want to say it was all the matatu people that went on strike, but a group of people on border stopped the vehicles on the road, switched off their ignitions, and they fled off with the keys. Others joined shortly. We were able to move in. We talked to the respective matatu SACCO's chairman, and they were able to come in. They joined us with they joined hands with us, and we were able to normalize the operations within 2 or 3 hours. But of course, there were a group of matatus which intentionally blocked the roads. We were able to arrest a number of them, and they have appeared before court this morning.
Thank you for that particular update. That meeting you're referring to, I do remember even the Nairobi Regional Commander was there, and when they assured, but David, that was not the situation. On Sunday you say there is no demos, and then on Monday you see that particular situation. What is your take on it?
I think as this gentleman, yes, the commissioner is saying, already there was a meeting, they have agreed, but you see there are other people who come in again. And this is the sector, this is the matatu sector, whereby we always say we need proper discipline. This discipline is the same which is culminating to the many accidents you see. If there is no that discipline, if they cannot listen to the authority, then who else will be listened to? Even if they have issues, the issues must be discussed. You cannot block the road for other people, other road users, because of your own interest. So this is not something which should be taken lightly, and we must condemn it. Yes.
Okay. Lucy, your take on it?
Yes. As a member of the Federation of Public Transport, which comprises of 9 associations, I would say we were not on strike because we had thought that a dialogue would be better for all of us as Kenyans, because the people, why the demonstration was coming, they said it was because matatus were being burnt, and of course we have seen those things happen. But there is a law in this country, there is also dialogue. So the most appropriate thing was for us, the matatu people, and the border and the government to sit down and find solutions. And as I said, there is a law in this country, so there is a law that protects our properties, and that is why we went to talk with the government so that we can chart the way forward. Because in transport sector, border is part of the transport sector. So in short, we were not part of the strike.
And indeed, if you're just joining us, we're focusing on the transport sector. We do have key stakeholders from Matatu as well as Boda in just a few. I will introduce here. We do have Dennis Cheng, the chairman, who is the eminent Boda Transcorp SACCO and Council of SACCOs Kenya. We're sorting you in just a few. I will give you a chance to talk. So the question here on social media platforms we want to ask you is that the question of the day is there sanity on our roads? Reach out to us on our KBC Channel 1 platforms. We'll be sampling some of your views as this session continues. But I want to go back to you, Commissioner. From that particular meeting that you had with all the key stakeholders from Boda, from Matatu, the message was one. There is no strike come next week, but we have seen it happening. Now, how will the National Police Service, especially your department from traffic, will be responding? Because they've said every Monday, this is what is going to happen.
First of all, following Friday's meeting, we have had several meetings from last year. With all the stakeholders in the industry. We have had meetings with Boda chairman, the national chairman, the sub-county chairmen within Nairobi. We have held meetings alongside national safety, that is NTSA, Nairobi enforcement team. And our call was the management of traffic within the city. We want to make it clear that those also in Boda industry are making genuine and legal business. We have people who are in digital transport, like in Bolt, Uber. We have Boda who are genuine. They are fully registered within the SACCOs. They are operating within the laws. They have insurance. They have driving license. They are compliant in all manner. But when an accident occurs, one, it is to be investigated. It doesn't mean that when an accident is involving a Boda and a Matatu, the Boda is always on the wrong, or the Matatu is also on the wrong. But we are saying, give us time, we investigate. We will come out and know who was actually to blame for the accident. If we go by the rule of the law, we will be able to ascertain who actually was on the wrong. Even where matatus who are wrong, they are also going on wrong side. Some even don't have papers. But what we are saying is, this country is governed by law. Everybody should operate within the law, and all of us should come sit down and we follow the law to the letter. Yes.
And David, we do have regulations under the current constitution and the various acts that do guide the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA. We even have the Michuki rules. Have we abandoned those rules as well?
They were abandoned a long time ago. In fact, 6 years down the line, these rules are not properly followed. And that can tell you, because you can even see the numbers of accident every year, what is happening. But one thing I want to talk about the Boda. Matatu industry used to be even worse than the Boda. But when proper regulations were put, then we saw a lot of change, because we were able to remove some criminals who are pretending to be working with the matatus. You remember there were gangs like in Amungiki, they were all over the road. It was very easy to remove them when it was very clear that you cannot drive a matatu or be a conductor if you don't have a certificate of good conduct. That is how these criminals were removed. Where did they go? Most of them went to the Boda. And that is where you see we've been trying very much to make sure that the Boda work in a the matatus. They have the associations, they have what, but it is very difficult. We have so many associations coming from the Boda Boda, because most don't want to follow the law. The day the government will say and put it very clear that SACCO, the members must be known, every rider must have just that simple document, the certificate of good conduct, will be able to control the Boda Boda.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance. I'm coming to you, don't worry. Lucy, we're talking about even the matatu sector. Yesterday, you inconvenienced millions and millions of people who use those transports at the end of the day. One, even if you're saying your SACCO did not participate in the strike, the roads were blocked. So how do we resolve that issue?
Thank you. I said we have laws governing this land, and if one is found blocking the law, he should be arrested and face the consequences of the law as well, because if you are striking and there's freedom of picketing, it doesn't give you the freedom to also interfere with my own freedom. So I would say those who blocked the roads were criminals, and that is why there is a law in this land. That is why I had the commissioner say they were arrested yesterday, and most of them have faced they're in the courts of law today to answer to the charges. So I would say if you want really to picket, put your vehicle in your parking area and don't interfere with the other road users, because the road it's supposed to be for everyone. It is not particularly for the matatus, for the PSV, it is for all of us. So if you think you are grieved or you have something to tell the government, make a good statement, put your vehicle at home, don't bring it on the road. And if you bring it on the road, don't block the roads, because the roads do not belong to matatus only, they belong to all of us as Kenyans. So I would say those who block the roads were criminals.
Dennis, now you have the opportunity. You do have members under your SACCO. David is saying here there are too many SACCOs. And to harmonize the Boda Boda sector, what is missing? Because the matatus are accusing your members of when an accident happens, they don't allow even the police officers to come and investigate the matter. They will let those vehicles.
Okay, asante sana. Number one, matatu wanasema sisi ndio tunachoma magari. Which ni wrong. Manake mimi ndio mtu wa kwanza kuweka mkakati ya kuchunga magari za watu. Na evidence ziko, nimesaidia magari mingi. Unajua matatu inaendezwa vibaya. Vile chairman amekubali. Kuna baadhi zinaendezwa vibaya. Na so long as imegonga mtu, unakuta raia ndio wanamobiliziana. Wanasema gari chomwe. Niko na evidence. Yenye watatu hawana evidence ya kumaanisha sisi ndio tunachoma gari. Kwa nini wana accuse sisi na serikali pia inasema sisi ndio tunachoma gari? Unakuta any accident na kitu yoyote kifanyika kwa barabara, mtu wa kwanza kufika hapo ni boda boda. Na vile tabia zetu, tukiona mwenzetu amesimama, lazima tusimame tujue shida ni gani. Naye sasa mtu wa boda boda yeye amesimama pale kusaidia. Lakini raia wanakuja wanagang up, wanasema gari ichomwe. Yenye reflector sasa ndio inakuwa mingi, inasemekana ni boda boda. Hiyo ni number one. Number two, mbona serikali wanasema wameangalia gari zenye zinachomwa? Na wale members wetu, wale wako saizi, mguu zao zimehangiwa kwa hospitali. Wale members wetu wale sahi wako kwa muchari. Wale members wetu wale saizi wanaenda Masizi kuzika members. Na mbona serikali ijaangalia na uchunguzi? Sisi kama Council of SACCOs, uchunguzi yetu tunapoteza watu riders pamoja na customers wetu around 20 per day. Yenye hiyo rate iko juu na serikali imenyamaza, haiongelelei. Hata ukimwi yenyewe haiui watu kwa hiyo rate. Hata cholera haiui watu kwa hiyo rate. Lakini sisi members wetu wanakufa rate ya juu pamoja na customer yenye tunabeba, na hakuna mtu anaongelelea. Hawa wanaongelelea mambo na kuchoma gari yenye au mwenyewe ni responsibility ya serikali kufanya uchunguzi, kuangalia ni nani anachoma gari. Na hii tabia kuchoma gari imetoka wapi? manake serikali iko na resources na iko na kila kitu ya kufanya kazi yake. Number 2, sisi kama Council of SACCOs, serikali imepotea njia kuregulate hii sekta ya bodaboda. Sababu gani? Wanaongelelea mambo na association, lakini SACCO unaenda una register. Serikali imesema tuingie kwa SACCO. SACCO ukienda kuregister member, anajua member ametoka kwa stage gani. Hiyo ni number 1. Member akienda kuregister kwa SACCO, lazima ijulikane ametoka kwa stage gani. Lazima chairman wa stage aambiwe huyu member ni wako real, ndio registration inaanza. Na kwa hii registration sisi tumeweka mkakati, kuna QR code, kuna badge, kuna plate yenye member inakuwa nayo, kuna reflector. Reflector kama ni number 1, badge yake pia inaonesha number 1. Plate yake pia inaonesha number 1. Na hii QR code ukiscan inatoa details mpaka mtu wa kwao, mpaka mali ametoka, mpaka stage, mpaka jina ya stage, mpaka jina ya chairman ya stage, mpaka namba ya chairman wa stage. Lakini serikali imekataa kutumia SACCOs, wanatumia association, of which association yeye iko huko juu, lakini SACCO wamekataa kucooperate na SACCO. Naye wakicooperate na SACCO, wawachana na mambo na associations. Sisi hatupigi association, hakuna association tunapiga. Sisi ile kitu tunasema, wacha upatie nafasi ya SACCO, SACCO chairman, SACCO leadership. Mkutano yote ya serikali ikiitwa, inatakikana itwe SACCO chairmen, si association. Manake association yeye anarogota, anaenda anatoa ati ni ward chairman ama county chairman, lakini huu county chairman ni nani? SACCO lazima ukuwe registered chairman, ofisi yake yote lazima ijulikane.
Okay.
Unaona? Sasa wakikuja na hiyo njia, tutatofautiana na wale wakora, wale wako ndani yetu. Na reinforcement ianze kwa chief. Chief lazima identify. For example, kama hapa town, sisi tunafanya kazi na chief, OCS na OCPD. Unaona? Pamoja na DO, pamoja na DC, pamoja na AC. Unaona? Na kwa nini tunafanya hivyo? Tume-identify zile stages, manake governor pia alitupatia ma stages. Lakini hizi stages alitupatia, bado hajatupatia hata barua kuonesha hizo stages inatakikana tulipe. Manake tukue recognized. Tuko tofauti, hakuna tofauti na ule ako katikati ya gari na ule ako kwa stage. Unasikia? Kwa hivyo ile kitu yenye sisi kama council ya SACCO tuna blame serikali, ni serikali ndiye imelala. Manake kila mkakati imewekwa. Umesikia ile taratibu sisi kama council ya SACCO tumeweka. Okay. Tume-identify, ndio ukuje kwa council ya SACCO lazima tuappruvie SACCO yako iko na certificate, iko na KRA pin na iko na account. Kwa hivyo ni kitu yenye inakuwa run. Kama wewe uko na certificate peke yake na hairaniwi, hiyo ni ukora. Manake tunataka ile kitu ina run. Na SACCO ni savings and credit yenye bado tunasaidia members. Hatutaki members wetu waende wachukue loan kwa wengine. Tunawaleta pamoja, wana save hizi pesa pamoja, wanakopa hii pesa, inawasaidia na familia yao. At the same time tunawanunulia mpaka pikipiki, wanalipa kwa rate ya chini.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Commissioner, paint a picture for us, because I'm sure you have seen so many incidences on that particular road. We're here, Dennis is saying that it is not them. It is the public that are contributing to those vehicles being lit. Give us examples that you have witnessed. Is it the boda people, or is it the public who are lynching those vehicles?
First of all, TEN is trying to shift the blame to others. The issue is that we had a meeting with them on 29 September last year. We agreed that we rolled the registration of water borders into SACCOs. The county government was on board that they bring their documentations, they be allocated stages so that they operate. And the issue that they are talking of, the barcode, the KRA bin, that is what we agreed. It is the national government that we are telling them, please can you do A, B, C, D so that we are able to move together? They have been slow in mobilizing their members to register. Because one, we have to create a portal within the NTSA, and then we agree with the county government also to take them on board. They be allocated stages, and they be allocated those numbers that he's talking about, that every sub-county leadership put a border to operate within their area, so that each sub-county has their own leadership. They have unique barcode number that he's talking about, the uniform and the area of operation. So they are here to comply fully so that we roll out the whole program. They are in the process, and the documentations are not coming forward, so that we are able to implement what we are saying. On the status of the accidents, I might not be able to tabulate the numbers here, but accidents we are always investigating. You will agree with me that majority of the boarders countrywide, they don't have a driving license. They ride, and if you don't have a driving license, meaning you don't comply with the rules and regulations of the road. They drive even on the wrong side. They disregard the traffic lights. This they contribute majorly on the accidents. So, but I don't want to shift the blame, because there are those also who are compliant and they are professional in their work. So it is an individual. Well, majority of them are involved in accidents, and wherever they are involved in accidents, they don't want to follow up because of the documentations. So at times they fled from the scene. But that does not mean that we are blaming border industry as a whole, but those are individual responsibilities. That is the status.
Because even some of those SACCO members from the border sector accusing even the matatus, some of them don't have papers, their licenses have expired. So instead of shifting blame, what should be done?
But one thing you should understand, I think my friend should admit, because we are not only talking on matatus, they have banned even private vehicles. We have seen a boda even snatching a mobile from a police officer. So it's seen. Your members need to be disciplined. That is a fact. And let's not bring blame game of that it is the common mwananchi who goes and ban. Mostly are the border riders. That one is in record. And what I said is this, that we have very many criminals pretending to be border riders. We have the good circles, you'll find we have genuine border riders. But I still insist, in the genuine, there are criminals in them who want to make sure that they ban that vehicle. Before they ban the vehicle, they will steal from the public. They will steal, if you have a computer in your vehicle, they steal all mobile phones before they ban those vehicles. Those are criminals. And we are not calling them riders. And that is why we're saying, if they can agree to make sure that every rider is properly registered, and you do what you call self-regulation, that which was done by the matatu people, they were able to remove that element of criminals on their sector. Today we don't have those criminals in matatu sector. These criminals went to the border. That is a fact.
How can we verify that?
And I said it is very clear. Let every rider, let them have whatever the circle. Let them make sure that every rider has a license. Every rider is trained. Every rider has a compliance certificate for this, what do you call it? The
good conduct.
The good conduct. That certificate of good conduct, a criminal cannot get it, because you get it yearly. And when you know that next year you need that, you will make sure that you are disciplined, because immediately you are involved in criminal activities and your fingerprints have been taken, there is no way you will get that certificate. That will be the best way to remove these criminals in the industry. But accept that those people who ban, they are not the common mwananchi. They are the people with the border. What you should tell us is that we now blame the members of the circles. But if you go into details, you will see that we have very many borders, but they are ridden by criminals. Yeah.
That we can't verify, because even the police, until the police tells us these are criminals, these are not criminals, we wait for the National Police Service to declare that.
You don't need to know a criminal when the police officer have said, and you have seen them snatching even phones from a police officer.
We have seen those video clips, but let the police first of all ascertain if they are criminals or not. Lucy, we are talking about regulations here because we saw what happened with NTSA. I don't want to mention the Matatu Sacco they were dealing with last year. We saw them lining up at the inspection center. Should we be seeing the same for boda bodas?
Actually, the first question would be, what is the entry point for a person to be a boda boda rider? Do they have an entry point? Because as you see, we have so many boda bodas coming in, even being brought as new for riding the motor, for becoming the public service a vehicle. But what is the entry point? Like us in the matatu sector, you know, you cannot, when you bring your matatu, it must go to the inspection. You must be registered in a SACCO or a company. You must have a driver, the conductor who have good conduct, NTSA badges. So what is the entry point for the motorbikers to become boda bodas? Yes. There must be some entry point, and also we should also classify them in counties. And I want to give a very good example of the county where I come from, Kajiado. We have never had those issues in Kajiado, because what we do is that we have meetings with the boda boda chairman every stage. We do them with the sub-county administrators, with the OCS, with the OCPDs, and even if there is an accident, it is actually termed as an accident. It is not termed as into somebody comes to burn your vehicle, somebody comes to start beating you up. And because one misfortune that happens is that once you get into an accident with a boda boda rider, whether he's a real boda boda rider or a fake one, you find about 60 or 70 of them come and surround you. So one, by their numbers, you become intimidated. They'll start harassing you. Before it comes to motor vehicle kuchomwa, the harassment that you get. So I wonder, and because the chairperson is here, I wonder why, when an accident occurs, why do boda boda riders come and surround you, maybe 100 of them, and they start harassing you because of that particular accident? And maybe that particular time it was not even me as a driver, not even a matatu. I may not have been on the wrong, maybe, or I may be on the wrong, but does that give them the opportunity or the authority to come and harass the other road users simply because they have come an accident? Because accidents come, and actually that is why they are called accidents. So if I happen to get into an accident with another motor vehicle, I'll not find the other drivers coming to rally behind that particular car, or you're not finding the matatu people coming to rally behind that matatu which had an accident and start harassing them. So there must be change, and there must be some entry point so that all of us are comfortable riding on our roads, driving on our roads as Kenyans.
Chairman, maybe we stop shifting blames, because both sides, even the National Police Service will tell you, both sides are equally to blame here. But what should be done in that particular boda boda sector? Are you ready to be regulated? Because the question is regulations.
Yes, tayari sisi kama council ya SACCO tumeweka mkakati yenye tumekuelezea. Council ya SACCO tuna identify SACCOs yenye imekuwa registered. At the same time, SACCO tumeweka mkakati, kama member anakuja kufanya registration, lazima ajue hiyo member ametoka kwa stage gani. Ana rely na chairman wa stage. Sasa ndiye anakubalika kuingia kwa SACCO. Number 2, hakuna, tumeweka mkakati, huwezi register kwa SACCO mbili. Manake serikali pia sahi wameamuka. Manake wamekuja na hiyo mkakati ya nini, ya system. Hii system yao tayari tumesapewa sisi kama SACCO. Ina work. Na hapo tunaona serikali at least wameamuka kidogo, lakini bado hawajamuka. Manake hiyo system, kama una DL,
in terms of kuamka, unataka waamke aje?
Ndio hiyo nakuja. Kama una DL, huwezi ingia kwa system. Kama umeingia kwa nini ingine, kama uko kwa SACCO ingine, huwezi kubaliwa kuingia kwa system. Ile kitu tunasema kama SACCOs, kama Council of SACCOs Kenya mzima, tunasema tunataka serikali ianze ku-identify SACCOs. Ikisa identify SACCO, reinforcement ianze. Na inaanza, chairman wa stage inatakikana pewe power. Manake chairman wa stage ndiye anajua hiyo area, anajua wale wako kwa hiyo area. Na kitu ikitendeka kwa hiyo area, ni chairman wa stage, hizo stages wa hapo ndio watatuelezea hii ilitendeka haje, ilianza namna gani. Unasikia? At the same time, bado blame game sisi tunasema, bado mimi kama chairman. Kwa nini hii sekta yetu ya bodaboda unakuta mtu ameenda kafanya uhalifu Kilifi, ama ameenda kafanya uhalifu uko Turkana, lakini sisi bodaboda zote tunabeba hiyo kitu. Kwa nini? Na sisi pia ni wenye biashara, tunafanya biashara kama wengine, na sisi pia tuko na familia. Mpaka sasa jina yetu imekuwa, huwezi jivunia wewe ni mtu wa boda. Jina yetu imeharibika kabisa. Kwa hivyo sisi ile kitu tunasema kama Council of SACCO, tafadhali serikali ianze kurecognize SACCOs. Na ikifanya kazi na SACCOs, unaona wakati Mchuki alikuja, alianza na SACCOs, si associations. Na hizi SACCO ilikuwa lazima ukuwe na magari 30 ndio kuwe register kwa SACCO, na kuna sheria waliweka, na hiyo ndio ilifanya matatu ikaregulatiwa vizuri. Na alafu sasa wakakuja wakalala. Sekta ya pikipiki pia inatakikana hivyo. Mtu akinunua pikipiki, hii pikipiki inaenda wapi? Hiyo ni number 1. Mtu asiende kununua pikipiki individual. Kama mtu asiende kununua pikipiki na ijulikani mali hii pikipiki inaenda. Kama anaenda kufanya naye biashara yake private, iandikwe ni private. Na hii private itaingia kwa SACCO ama haitaingia kwa SACCO. Manake kuna wale pia wanafanya wako na private. Na private akivaa reflector yake utatafautishaje na rider na hii pikipiki private? Unaona mali isida iko. Kwa hivyo ni serikali kuja na mkakati vizuri kutu-identify boda na wale wanaendeza pikipiki, wale wanaendeza pikipiki ke private. Hiyo mkakati ikikuja na sasa reinforcement sasa ikuje, ndio sasa wale walifu wataondoka, na sisi kama vile sisi tunafanya kazi ya bodaboda kwa njia yenye natakekana, tutabaki tukifanya kazi.
Okay, yes. Commissioner, because you see there are millions of Nairobians here currently even watching you right now. So are you going to call for another meeting with the Nairobi Regional Commander to talk to some of these members once again to prevent what is going to happen on Monday, God willing?
First of all, let me correct the chairman here that serikali ichalala, serikali ati imeamuka. What is there is that it is them that they are being channeled now that can you register? Can you have these bottle particulars in your portal? So now we are trying to put them into systems so that they come on board as a players of the transport industry. Number 2, we as the National Police Service, we are doing our best. We have organized with various county governments in training the boda youths. You know, it is easy to venture into boda business because you go to a dealer, he gives you the motorbike, the next day you are on the road, you are carrying your billion passenger. It doesn't involve a lot of things. Now we are trying to sensitize them that it is necessary for you to have a driving license. We are organizing with the National Youth Service and our counterparts, the OCSs on the ground, at the county level, even most of the governors, we have embroidered them. And we are currently we are undertaking a training for the boda guys within their counties. We want to regulate them. We are always sensitizing them. We are always on the roads, stopping them, telling them it is necessary. It is for your own safety to carry the reflector, because during the night you might be crushed because you are a moving dark object. You don't have that reflector. You don't have an helmet. The moment that you are involved in an accident, your body is not protecting you. If you don't have that helmet, directly you will get severe injuries. So this is what we are now undertaking. Madam has asked it. What is the entry of somebody into boda industry? One, you must be an adult with your ID so that it qualifies you to obtain a driving license. And then after the driving license, now we are now regulating, like in the public industry, matatu. To be a public service driver, you must attain the age of 25 and above. You must have experience of at least many years so that it qualifies you for that class of a matatu driver. So this is what we are doing now with the matatu industry. We are sitting down, we are telling them now, can you register? After registering, can we put them into SACCOs? Can we put them into regions? Can we put them into sub-counties? Where now the sub-county chairman will be knowing these people. They will be registering through the SACCO. So it is for them, for the SACCO, to do their own vetting before submitting the particulars for registration. The other issue that we were asking, we are engaging with the stakeholders daily. We even have a meeting with your president. I think around Thursday or Friday, we are here to confirm. So we are consulting always. It is a continuous process. It is only that this matatu strike, and I don't want to say it, you have heard Madam saying they were not involved. So it is an individual within the matatu industry who are trying to manipulate and say, let us stop. And I have said before, they are stopping somebody's matatu, somebody's SACCO. They turn off the ignition key and they run away with. So this person is being forced to leave the vehicle on the road so that they paralyze the movement of others. And that is a criminal act. I have said a number of them were arrested yesterday and they have appeared in court this morning. Like the vehicle that they were trying to cite, that matatu was banned. People were arrested. People are in court. We are not saying these are matatu or these are members of public. Of course, they are members of public. We are not saying they belong to a SACCO. But it's an individual. They are responsible for this act. And the case is, they have been taken in court. So if they will allow, both, if they will allow us, give us that nafasi to charge the individual, then we have law and order across the country. Thank you.
Because that is what even the public wants, David. Aside from, because you see, like the boda boda sector has over 1 million or 2.5 million people who are using those boda bodas, and they have passengers. You have matatus there, which are so many in this country. What about the customer needs?
That is one thing, and another thing, and I want Kidogo to correct my chair here. Let us not keep on blaming the government. These people have been given a very good chance. Even he has admitted that in the system, you cannot register when you're in another SACCO. So you have already been given that. Now it is you to make sure, as their chair, you organize them. You don't expect, again, the government to be there following you on what you're doing. Even when the matatu, those days I used to be the matatu industry. When the SACCOs were given, it was all over now the people to organize themselves. So now organize your team, because the government is ready to work with you. Let us not keep on blaming the government, because one thing you should understand, we lost more than 1,920 last year, boda.
Yes, it's true.
The number is very high. That is a very big number. So we must reduce these numbers. And remember, when discipline is not there, accidents continue happening. Yes. When Michuki just said a driver must have a uniform and his picture there, we reduce these accidents.
It's true.
Because of what you call discipline. And what we lack, even on our road, is that discipline. So if the boda riders are properly disciplined, automatically the criminal element will just get out completely. So it is your work. Let us not blame the government. The other thing, I want to put it very clear. We have associations of the matatus, and she has said very clear. The association, they are about 9. It's only one association which is bringing all this confusion. That should be understood by the commandant here, that it is only one association. All the other 9 associations, because they formed what you call federation. Now they are all in federation. Now it is only one whereby you should call their leadership, because it is Matatu Owners Association. And we have to clarify that. They are the ones who are calling for this strike. This strike is not supposed to be there, because the government is ready to listen to them. There is law to be followed. So what I would urge is that the government should deal with that particular association. Because when we see people's properties destroyed, and there is no problem, the picketing is allowed in this country. So if they want to continue, let them put their vehicles in their houses, but not to come on the road to disturb other people. There are other people who are doing other businesses. All people are not matatu nini. Don't depend on these matatus. So the best thing, if they want to do a very good strike, let them put their vehicles in their houses. Nobody will ask them. You cannot be forced to carry people. So, and with that, we will see this madness coming to an end. Hearing stories that every Monday we'll be having a chaotic in Nairobi, we are not ready for that. So the police should act, and act seriously. That association must be called. The leaders must be called, let them say what they want, and if they want to continue with their strike, it's allowed. Let them put their vehicles in their houses.
Okay. You said you're many, you do have representation, but I'm sure you annually come together as the matatu circles and associations of this country. In that particular meeting, what do you discuss?
I come from the Federation, which is a FPTS, Federation of Public Transport Sector, which comprises of about 9 associations. There are still other associations that are being registered as of now, but every association has got its own membership from the circles and companies who are members by subscription every year.
But
So
do you
each-
meet with the other associations? Because
Yes.
you see, if you meet regularly, these are some of the concerns that could have been addressed there before it reaches where it has reached.
You see, because the chairpersons and secretary generals of each association is a member of the federation. And we have our own wall, we have our own meetings. So there is no one time that we sat down and talked about that we are going for Mugomo. What we did is that the other time I remember we went to see the IG, and we were almost all of us, except that one association whose their leaders didn't come. And we aired our grievances. Boda Boda was one of them. The Vijanas who collect money from our vehicles was another agenda as well. But what I am saying is that the federation is the apex body of the matatu sector. So if one association pulls itself out and calls for a strike, which has not been discussed by all of us, and we are in one war, we are in one WhatsApp group, we have not even discussed or said there is this problem, we need to handle it all. It has escalated, because for a problem, for us to go on strike, usually, is that we have tried to talk to the government, they've not listened. We have made appointments, they have not seen us. The other time we went to see the PS for transport, the same issues were discussed. But for us to get to a point of blocking the roads, that was not within us. Because I say we have our monthly meetings or quarterly meetings, and the associations themselves, they have their own membership. That is why you saw it was like a forced thing.
But Lucy, you see, we have been covering these incidents. They have been calling for strikes since last week, Monday. Since Monday to Sunday,
Yes.
you did not even call for a meeting to discuss what will potentially happen this week.
We discussed within our wall, and we said the meeting, the Mugomo should not take place, because we have not explored all the ways through the government and ourselves. And we said, why did one association just take some writing and put it in groups that there is a Mugomo? So we have a chairman of the federation, we have a secretary of the federation, and we all said in the war, we are not supporting the Mugomo. It is not well discussed. We have not explored the avenues of do's and don'ts, or why we should, or why we shouldn't. We said, let us give dialogue a chance.
Okay. Now, do you have penalties for that particular circle that went to the streets? Because I'm sure you have regulations and rules that you follow.
The rules, we may not have penalties for a particular circle, because that was an association which called their members to go on the road and block the road. But what I am saying is that there is a law in this land that governs all of us. That if I wake up today and I say I want to take my private vehicle and block the road because I'm aggrieved by the government, I should face the consequences, the laws of the land. Because what the most thing we could do is to remove that association from the apex body. But do we license that association? We don't. Do we license their vehicles? We don't. And what happened yesterday, I saw some vehicles, number plates were plaqued.
Yes, by the police.
By the police?
Yes.
Which means they will have to face the NTSA. They will also have to face the traffic and other laws of the land, which also serves as a lesson to us that you cannot do everything. You cannot have all the freedom. You cannot just wake up and do what you want. And that is what I said from the beginning. If you really feel that your association or your circle in your route is aggrieved by the government, you don't want to go to work, park your vehicles in your house.
Okay.
Park your vehicles in the petrol stations.
Okay.
And give the others a chance to, while you sort your differences.
Yes. Okay. I'm coming to you in just a few, but let me start with Commissioner. Commissioner, because we know the rules. When we want to picket, not only does not apply to matatus or border borders, you must serve the IG with a notice. Was the IG served with a notice yesterday?
No, what they did, they went to Tahir. They came to you people in the news that we will be going on strike, and that was it.
So there was no notice?
There was no notice, and if there were even any notice, where your picketing is allowed in the law, yes, but you don't overstep the mandate of others. The way Madam has said, if you want to withdraw your services quietly. Let the others continue. But coming to infringe the right of others, imagine, this is an highway, blocking Mombasa Nairobi highway, saying that my right of that my rights have been violated. But now you are violating the rights of many others who are innocent. They don't know even what your grievances are. But we are saying we will employ dialogue. Where I'm sure there have been the management of that circle has been called. I think there is a meeting or something like that. And what we are assuring Kenyans is that as the National Police Service, we will not allow anybody to come and block the routes as if there is no law in this country. Yes, there is a right of picketing, but right within your rights, not overstep the rights of others.
Okay. And now, Dennis, we're talking about the same question that I've just asked Lucy. If you do not want to be blamed, that blanket blame you're saying, do you circles talk to each other?
Yes. Sisi tunaongea, ndio maana tunaitwa Council of Circles. Tuko na WhatsApp group yetu, tuko na meeting zetu, mahali tunafanya meeting, tuko na ofisi yetu pia. Mahali tunafanya meeting kama circles. Tunaita leaders wa circles, tunajadiliana. Tunaweka mkakati yenye commissioner vile amesema, maana hizi mkakati ya serikali inakuja. Sasa vile inakuja hivi, inakuja inatupata. The challenge yenye tunapata ni sisi kama council ya sako atupati hizo nafasi ya kwenda kwa hizo mkutano. Yes, wana deal na association. Sasa sisi pia tumeweka hiyo mkakati, tunaita members wetu, tunatoa order. Lazima ukiregister member, lazima ujue hii member ametoka wapi. Membership number ya member, lazima ubaki na record yako. Yenye huyu member akienda afanye uhalifu, ama mwalifu achukue reflector yake aende afanye uhalifu, itakuwa rahisi serikali kutofautisha uhalifu na huyu member wetu. Sasa hizo ndio zile mkakati yenye tumeweka. The challenge yenye nimekuelezea ni sako council hawapewi nafasi kuattend hizo mkutano, kutoa idea yao na mpangilio yao vile wameweka.
Dakika moja kila mtu, because we are winding up this particular topic. Let me start with you, Lucy.
Thank you for hosting us today. My wish is that in future or in this country, we will be able to feel safe on our roads. We will be able to leave our vehicles at home and ride on the public transport like many other countries. That our children will be safe to use the public transport, and it calls upon us as the leaders and also the border riders that we should all come together and know this is our country, and let us know how to conduct the transport business together while still working with the government and following the laws of the day.
David?
Me, I want to tell Kenyans, first of all, to know that already in the month of January, we had we have lost 398 people. Just 1 month, we had about 854 accidents. That is only 1 month, whereby we are talking of 398. I want to tell Kenyans, that is lives lost. Let us be careful. Let us, all of us, agree to follow the law. All these accidents have happened because of very simple mistakes, and we lose lives. So I want to tell Kenyans, make sure that you drive safely, follow the traffic rules because they are there, and when we all agree to follow the law, things will be good. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner?
Yeah, the National Police Service is there to protect everybody, to protect every life and property. The rules and regulations are there. It should be followed to the letter. Anybody going against the rules know that there is no mercy for you. The law is always paramount, and this country is governed by rules and regulations. We will enforce the latter. Thank you.
Finally, Dennis?
Yes. Saidi yetu kama Council of SACCOs, sisi tunaambia tu members, tafadhali tufuate sheria. Kama unataka kufanya biashara ya pikipiki, enda uregister kwa SACCO. Enda utafute state chairman, welcome kwanza, akufanyia uchunguzi. Akisa kufanyia uchunguzi, tafuta SACCO, uregister kwa SACCO. Ukisa register kwa SACCO, kazi ya pikipiki ni kama hizi kazi zingine. Na ni vibaya sana kama tunapoteza maisha ya customers wetu wale tunabeba. Na sisi pia members wetu wale members wetu pia wanapoteza maisha. Na wanapoteza maisha juu ya kitu kidogo vile chairman amesema. Wacha tufuate sheria, ndio nchi yetu ikuwe nchi ya kufuata sheria. Langu la mwisho
kabisa.
Langu la mwisho, tafadhali kwa public, isikuwe goons wamefanya uhalifu wakivaa reflector, inasemekana ni watu wa bodaboda. Tafadhali, watu wa bodaboda ni watu wako sawa, wanafanya biashara yao kawaida, na ni watu wako na familia, hawahusisi na mambo na goons. Wanasiasa pia, tafadhali, muache siasa inakuja, muache kutumia pikipiki kwa njia ya uhalifu, alafu inasemekana ni sisi. Mnatuharibia jina. Mambo na reflector mwanasiasa hatutakubali. Reflector ni ya SACCO. Kama mwanasiasa anataka kukuja na reflector yake, aende kwa SACCO, apeane pesa pale kwa SACCO, SACCO iprint reflector, jina ya SACCO na namba ya membership ya huyo. Alafu na hiyo jina ya mwanasiasa. Isikuwe hatutakubali mwanasiasa kupeana reflector kwa wanabodaboda. Tunataka kutofautisha wale wahalifu watatumia, wanasiasa watatumia, na wale members wa Council of SACCOs.
Asante sana. That is Dennis Echeng, is the chairman, Eminent Border Transcorp SACCO and the Council of SACCOs Kenya. Thank you for making time for us. Also, the Commissioner Joseph Chirchir, the Nairobi Regional Traffic Enforcement Officer. Thank you for making time. We also do have David Kiari, the chairman of Road Safety Association. Asante kwa muda wako. And then finally, Lucy Madhenga, she is a member of the Federation of Public Transport Sector. Thank you for making time. That has been the discussion this morning. We'll be keeping tabs on the developments. You've just heard from the Commissioner. There are many meetings to come, especially with the Boda Boda and Matatu leadership, especially with the National Police Service. Let's see how it will pan out, and Monday we'll see what will transpire on our roads. That concludes our first session. On the second hour, we'll be focusing on World Cancer Day that will be marked tomorrow, so don't go too far.